Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Chris with InsideTheU. This is my instant reaction video following Miami's 33-30 win over Georgia Tech. Miami improves to 5-4 on the season, 3-2 in the ACC. They narrowly escape a win here. They were down 28-24 going into the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter and really the whole game, a lot of interesting plays, big plays by Miami. Also big plays negated by 3 fumbles, and Miami had a 2-point conversion return for 2 points. That swung in the fourth quarter. That made it a 3-point game instead of a potential 7-point game. So a lot of big plays I want to get into. But first off, drop in the comments. Let me know what you think about the game, what you think about this team. I want to first start off with 3 guys, their 3 biggest playmakers on offense. That's quarterback Tyler Van Dyke, another big game, over 380 yards passing and 3 touchdowns. I thought Tyler did a really good job of, once again, pushing the ball downfield. It's a lot of fun watching a passing game go downfield on big plays, so that's good to see. I thought Tyler was struggling a little bit on his runs when he would get outside the pocket on his throws when he was trying to throw on the run. I thought he struggled a little bit there, so that's certainly not a strength of his and certainly something that he'll need to work on moving forward. Charleston Rambo, huge game, 210 yards, second most in school history in a single game. Almost had the school record, which is set in 1984 by Eddie Brown with 220 yards. And this is the second time that we've seen Charleston Rambo have a big game, enter his name into the record books at Miami, as he tied a school record earlier this year with 12 catches against Michigan State. He's having a big year. I think what's a lot of fun is just watching Rambo get downfield. You know, the 30-yard catches, 60-yard catch today. He had that touchdown. So he's getting downfield, 860 yards on the season, having a big performance. They've got to keep going to him. Without a doubt, and I think they will, with Tyler Van Dyke throwing the ball deep. Charleston's the beneficiary of that, and he's got a lot of speed that these ACC teams are having a hard time keeping up with him on the perimeter, and I think that will continue the rest of the regular season as Miami gets into these final 3 games. Florida State's up next. You guys know that. We can already start to discuss that game if you'd like. Drop in the comments. Let me know what you think of that one coming up. Then also Virginia Tech and Duke to close it out. So another big game by Charleston Rambo. Also, I thought it was really good with Jalen Knight today. Over 160 yards rushing. First 100-yard game. A little surprising that he hasn't had it sooner. But he's been getting close. 80-yard games, 90-yard games in the last 3. So he breaks through 160 yards, over 160, 32 carries, which I thought was really crazy just to see that workload. And there were times, and certainly especially in the fourth quarter, I thought he was unable to get the first down. The team as a whole really struggled on some short yardage situations. And if you guys checked out the VIP game notes I put up today right before the game, you would know that Jalen Knight came into the game as the 8th lowest FBS or the Power 5 conference running back in short yardage situations, getting a first down only 38% of the time. So to see him struggle in that area is not a surprise based on some of the things we've seen the rest of the season. So certainly an area that Jalen and the running backs need to improve on. I thought the play calling was a little suspect at times because it definitely felt like these plays were, you kind of expected them as a fan or media or anybody watching this game. So I assume Georgia Tech was certainly expecting some of these plays. So they got to figure out a way to mix it up, change it up, and get better results on those situations. But all in all, good for Jalen to have that big game. I do want to mention, with these games, Charleston Rambo mentioned him earlier, with the fumble, I want to make sure we're pinpointing that as an issue because that's got to be corrected. And the biggest thing with Charleston on that fumble was where we sit in the press box, we are right in line with the angle and watching that play unfold. And he really just took a bad angle or bad read. It definitely felt like he had the speed to get to the pylon and break through with like about a 70-yard touchdown. If he had just kept running, I'm sure if he watches it on film, he will see that. Instead, he gets tracked down from the blind side, loses the fumble, almost lost the fumble on that other big play. So that definitely needs to be corrected. Elijah Arroyo as well had a fumble. So these things have to be corrected. There's no doubt about that. They can't lose fumbles. And then Jalen as well. So those were coming on what would have been first down. So those things have to be corrected. And obviously the Jalen one was big because they returned it 40 yards for a touchdown. So big plays. I mentioned the 2-point conversion that got returned. So They've got to protect the football. They've done a good job for the most part this year, but it almost cost them in this game for sure. So those are the playmakers. I thought on defense, I thought it was great that the way the defensive line played in terms of containing the passing game, applying a lot of pressure throughout the game. I thought Jeff Sims was a threat coming into the game with his arm. He had some good performances, but Miami's defensive line, even though they only accounted for 5 tackles for loss, did not get credit for a quarterback hurry, but I thought they did a good job of applying pressure throughout the day. I thought they kept Jeff uncomfortable, wasn't able to get into a rhythm the way you would like in the passing game. And I thought Miami's defensive line deserves a lot of credit. With that, I thought it was good that Zach Mccloud came back in the game in the fourth quarter, hurt early. I didn't think he was going to return based on the way it looked, but he definitely did return because he was there on that sack late in the game on Georgia Tech's second to last drive of the game. So good to see from Zach kind of leading that defensive line. Leonard Taylor, a big game, 2.5 tackles for loss. He's doing great. He's a guy that we've talked about all season long about wanting to see him play more, and he's responding. He's taking advantage of the opportunities he's getting. That's all you can ask for. And I think at this time, I'd have to look at the season stats, but I think he's leading the defensive line, maybe the team in tackles for loss. So certainly impressive with what he's doing this year. Not a surprise. Again, he's an impressive player. I expect him to finish the season strong these final few games. So good to see from the defensive line. I thought there were some miscues with that back seven. I thought, giving up the big long plays. I thought Keontra Smith missed some plays. It almost cost him late in the game, but there was a penalty. But Keontra, it definitely feels like he's struggling either in coverage, whether it's on coverage or just making tackles that he needs to make. And he's a guy supposed to be known for his speed, but he had some issues today. I think he's got to play better. So on the back end, they did a good job of kind of not allowing big pass plays. But certainly looking to tighten up. We'll see how things go against Florida State, not known for its passing offense. But Miami's going to have to be on point in defending the run, defending Jordan Travis in that one. I know many of you are curious how that one's going to go. I know many of you are hoping or looking to see Miami finish strong. And I know a lot of you, and I'm included in the sense, look, Miami lost 4 games to start the year. There are issues with this season. It's been disappointing up until this point. There's no other way to slice it. They are 5-4. It's not what they had hoped at this point in the year. All they can do is try to win each game moving forward. Then we'll kind of review the season in totality. But there's no question, these wins don't erase 4 losses. 4 losses is extremely disappointing, but all they can do is kind of show up at one game at a time, and we'll kind of see how the results go from here. But they've got things to work on. It's much easier to work on things after wins. Some guys played well, some guys need to play better, and this is kind of what we've seen throughout the year. They've been playing close games in these ACC games. It's hard to win all the close games. That's why they're 3-2. But they are winning these games. So we'll see how things go moving forward. Once again, thanks everybody for watching. Definitely drop in the comments. I'm curious your takeaways on this one because I felt like it was interesting. Georgia Tech didn't come into the game having a good season. Georgia Tech drops to 3-6, 2-5 in the ACC. So not a good Georgia Tech team, but like Miami, they've been playing some close games, just coming out on the wrong end of those. So thanks everybody for watching. Hopefully you guys like this video. Take care.